Hi everybody, how are you all doing today, baby whales and mini dolphins? It is now Sunday, February the 11th, about 3 p.m. Central Time. You make me feel like I'm living a bull rally. The way you're going up, I can't sleep. Have the bears given up? Let's shoot for the stars, let's shoot for the moon. If you guys haven't gotten from the message there, I do think we're on a rally right now. But this video is going to be a different type of video where I'm going to cover it from a very different type of perspective to show you guys how diverse technical analysis can be. But before we start, I would really appreciate an upvote on Steemit if you guys support me and the material that I'm producing, and make sure you guys also like, subscribe, and share to the stuff on YouTube and on Twitter as well. And if you guys are not following me on Twitter, you have no idea what you are missing, because I do on-the-fly TA for day traders. And yesterday we called the perfect play together where we called the perfect support at around 78.50, and we all rallied together to 8,500, and I'm tweeting these things on the fly, so you guys have to make sure you're involved with me as well. I've also updated my tutorial list that you guys can find at the bottom of this description here, or anytime on Steemit or even YouTube. There's about 30 hours of tutorials that I've created for you guys, and I think the quality is pretty good. I looked at a lot of different tutorials, right? And I wanted to make sure that I took all the good and all the bad, and I combined education with humor. And I hope that you guys appreciate my sense of humor, or, don't mind in the least. I firmly believe that sarcasm and humor is the spice of life, right? You have to make sure that you can laugh at any situation. And you guys have seen me in very bear markets, like when we reach very, very low lows, and I'm still going to try to crack you guys up. I'm quite a personality, if you guys haven't noticed by now. Full of enthusiasm, full of positivity, and I just want to make everybody comfortable and make sure you guys have a good time. So, appreciate sense of humor. Whether it's in Bitcoin or anywhere in life, you guys have to appreciate the small things in life. You have to let the moment seize you and just appreciate these small things, because you know what? Honestly, life is too short, guys. In the grand scheme of things, we are just a speck in the cosmos, and yeah, I just want everybody to be fulfilled in some way or another, right? Whether it's through financial gains, that's why we're all here, to make things better. Money does not fix anything. It does not make you happier, right? And I know, guys, that money does not make you happier. I've seen people with a lot of money very happy. I've seen a lot of people with very little money that are just as happy or happier. But what we're here for is to alleviate some of the burdens of modern day society, and that's the simplest way to put it. And that's why we are here looking at Bitcoin this year. And I'll say again that Bitcoin, guys, cryptocurrency this year is going to have the biggest bull rally in the history of mankind. And there's absolutely nothing that anybody can do about it. And I want to share this journey with you guys. And you guys have seen proof in the pudding, for the people that have been following me since last year, that I'm reliable, first of all. And secondly, my genuine goal is to take care of you guys sincerely, and make sure that there's available content that is free and highly accessible, and you can have someone in the marketplace that you can approach, right? And for the people that don't know me, my background is in mathematics and engineering, mechanical engineering. So I have a very academic type of background, and I bring in my rationalization through process from engineering mainly, and mathematics, right? Because it's very logical, the field. And with my logic that I've acquired from an academic background, it lets me do these kinds of technical analysis, right? I've also put in over 2 years, 3 years now, of tears, blood, and sweat into learning how to trade this game. And I kid you guys not that I've put in more work into these 3 years of studying cryptocurrency and how to chart than in my entire 7 years of school combined. I kid you not. That is how driven and passionate and enthusiastic I am about this job that I have. Could you really call it a job? I mean, I wake up every day. I look forward to seeing all you guys. I love talking to everybody on Twitter, seeing the comments. I respond to almost everybody, and that takes up hours of my time, but I want to be here for you guys. I hope you know that. So this is not a job. I wake up every day, I wear sweats, I wear a hoodie, and this is what I work. This is where I work. I work from home, and I love it, guys. And I really hope that I can share my passion, and I really hope that my enthusiasm for crypto is going to be contagious to you guys. And I hope you guys follow me long enough to see how passionate and how much I love this community. So I look forward to seeing you guys a lot more, and let's get into this analysis. So the way we are going to do this right now is from a WXY. We are going to look at a bullish scenario right now. Now, guys, I still believe that we are going to make a major test somewhere low, okay? My original analysis was for about 4,800 to 5,200, and I want to say firmly right now that I stand by it 100% still, okay? That I stand by 4,800 to 5,200, and I will update it from many different perspectives as well. Because as traders, as investors, as swing traders, we have to make sure that we understand the market and what could possibly happen, and so we can react to it as it happens as well. Now, having one bull scenario does not make sense, and it is not fair to anybody. Having one bear scenario doesn't make sense either, because if you choose a specific direction, it does not show indecisiveness at all. What it shows is the ability to react to different circumstances that can come up. And as we react to these situations, there's no surprises. If something happens, there's no surprises, and we can expect it. I'm sure that you guys have all been in a position before, one way or the other. And when you are in this position, and something happens and it goes against you, and because you haven't planned for what could have happened, now you're just stuck there, right? And now you're dealing with your emotions. And when you deal with your emotions in trading, when you haven't considered every possible path, then the emotional factor is still there into play. So you have to make sure that we see it from different perspectives so our risk can be managed, right? So let's get into this Elliott wave analysis of ours using a WXY correction type of pattern, where we will assume that it is a bull market right now, and I want to show you guys the different possibilities of it. So this specific video right now is just a technical analysis video, not a prediction video, just to be very clear. And it's also intended to be for educational purposes only, like all of my other videos. Okay, so we're going to start off with theory. I always start off with a lot of theory. So we're going to introduce to you guys WXY type of corrective patterns, okay? So Elliott wave states that there's 5 waves going up, where wave 3 is often the longest, but never the shortest. Now we adopt the rule right here where wave 4 does not retrace into the wave 1 territory. This acts as a major support right here. And then what we also say is that because wave 4 now acts as a support and wave 1 was a resistance, we get some sort of A, B, C pattern in here, just like this. And these can come in many different shapes and forms. A lot of the times we will expect a zigzag. It's very normal to see. So I'm going to delete this now and hyperbolically extend B so I can embellish it to the point where you guys can see it much more clearly. So let's enlarge this right here. That looks pretty good, right? Something just like this. So now what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. And this would be called a 5 wave structure. 5 wave structure like this. 5, 3, 5 to be clear, okay? So this is called a 5, 3, 5. Now I want to show you guys more structures, more theory, lots and lots of theory, guys. Okay? That is called a 5, 3, 5 structure. So now we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to clone it to make it easier here. Now that is a zigzag as well. This right here is also the same thing. This video is going to be long, just so you guys know. It's going to be about an hour long. But you know what? It's going to be, you guys have to understand, people have asked me to make shorter videos, but no guys, it's not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen because I will get the amount of information that I need to get out in whatever amount of time I need to do it. Because once again, I do this full time. I need to do a detailed technical analysis for myself. And as much as this is for you guys, which I hope you know it is also for myself as well. And the best traders, guys, that you can say as much as you want, you overanalyze, right? People have said to me that I overanalyze, but I want to say to you guys that I'm doing pretty well because I overanalyze, okay? I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'm making good money, put it that way. And this is not bragging at all. This is me doing diligence, okay? I'm being incredibly meticulous with my TA, as you guys have seen from my calls on Twitter. And when you are very meticulous, it lets you really plan ahead of time. So if you guys want to slack off and you don't want to do detailed technical analysis and you think that this is it and you don't want to solve the puzzle, then you guys are not going to be as profitable as you can be. So there's no time, there's no place for lazy people in this field, guys. You have to understand why 95% of people who trade fail. Right? They fail because they don't have that type of work ethic. Have you guys ever seen me take a day off yet this year? Yeah, I took one day off, right? I took it on January 14, I think. Yeah, I think I took it on my first week. No, January 13 is when I took a day off. That's the last time I took a day off. I took all of December off, and then before that, I worked pretty much every single day from January last year until December. So that's the kind of work ethic that I have, and that's why I'm able to perform the way I'm performing. Now this here, guys, is a 3-3-5 structure, okay? This is called a zigzag 3-3-5 right here because it has the characteristics of only 3 coming down. And the opposite applies as well when you're going backwards or when you're going into a corrective pattern, okay? Which I'm going to draw for you guys here, okay? So now when we're in a bear market, like how we've been, we can call this ABC in here, but we reverse it, okay? So this is A, B, and C, and I'm just gonna draw it very, very small, but so you guys can get the idea. So this, and don't mind that the vertical height of it might be extreme, right? So that's a 5-3-5 like this. Just to give you guys an example, don't mind the slope, okay? It's just to show you guys that that's a 5-3-5 right here, structure. And of course, this one will make a 3-wave structure in here for a 3-3-5. Now, these are very important concepts to understand for Elliott wave. If you don't understand these concepts, you won't be able to trade properly, okay? So this is, especially if you're gonna just draw typical trend lines, you just can't do that, or you cannot bypass the rules of Elliott wave, put it that way. So this is a 5-3-5, and this is a 3-3-5. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, what happens at the end of the bottom? Okay, at the end of the bottom, what happens? So what ends up happening is it tries to make an impulse wave up, right? It tries to make an impulse wave up, and sometimes it fails. Actually, most times it fails. So when it fails, I like to put an X there, right? Just think of it like that. It tries to make an impulse wave up, but it fails. So then what it ends up doing is an extended correction like this. It does another ABC. Now, instead of becoming a 5-3-5 structure by itself or 3-3-5, what we call this now is we call it WXY. And this X denotes failure, okay? So this is called a double Elliott wave combo if you look into here. Just so you guys know, I'm not making this stuff up. This is a double Elliott wave combo. And now there's another variation of here as well, okay? So this is called a double zigzag. So this is called a double Elliott wave zigzag combo. Now the last one that I'm going to show you, so we get the concepts out of the way, is one that has a triple, okay? So I'm just going to actually clone it just to make it very easy. Okay, so now this one that we saw earlier was simply just a double Elliott wave combo, right? But now there's another one as well where it fails to go upwards, right? Let's say it fails to go upwards. Guess what it does again now? It does another corrective pattern in here, which we don't want, okay? Now, I'm assuming that this is a bull scenario that I'm giving you guys an example on. And here, Elliott wave calls it triple Elliott wave combo in here, according to TradingView, okay? Yep, Elliott triple combo wave. So now we have the first point, and then we have the W point, and then this X point right there, this denotes the failure of the wave. And then we have an ABC, which ends up being called Y, because it now ends and then attempts to break out into another impulse wave. And then if it fails, guess what we call it, guys? We call it another X. And then finally, for the triple Elliott wave combo, the next one is Z, like that. So now this one is called a triple Elliott wave combo. Triple Elliott wave combo. like that, okay? You guys are following so far? I know this is very complicated theory for the people that are not even introduced to these concepts, but I'm gonna focus on making sure that there's a very educational aspect in here as well, okay? I'm just gonna give you guys, I'm actually just gonna pause the video for a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have this right here, I will be actually introducing this to a lot of my videos from now on as well, because I would like to assume different scenarios. I'm incredibly excited to do this with you guys right now, okay? I love Elliot wave combos, and it's my absolute favorite way to analyze, if you guys have noticed, okay? So we're going to count this very thoroughly, like how I've always counted it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a doubt. Please review my other Bitcoin videos if you guys are unfamiliar with this, okay? And then we call this ABC. A, B, C, like that. And then we call this part A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the C position that I'm drawing right now, we always want to look for 5 waves, right? And I'm going to draw this to the same minor scale as well, instead of the primary. There we go. So we get this right here. And based on this specific count right now, we actually end up calling this A, B, and C. And I'm going to draw this on a very, very large degree because I would like to emphasize the size of it, okay? So I'm going to call it just, I don't know, supercycle or something really big. You know what? Don't mind the degree of it, all right? Please do not mind the degree of it because I'm not here to talk about the degree in accuracy, okay? It's just annotation. Some people have said to me before that, oh, you're actually drawing the degrees wrong. You're using the wrong one. I don't care, guys. I honestly don't care. I really don't care at all because it's just for annotation purposes. So that's A, that's B, and that is C. Just like that. Now, this officially completes our Elliott wave ABC. Therefore, based on the theories that I presented to you before, it attempts to make an impulse wave up, okay? Now, let me explain to you more Elliott wave. This is going to be basically tutorial 20 combined with advanced Elliott wave WXYZ corrective patterns and also a February 11th technical analysis video. So it's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, which is going to be awesome. Now, I want to talk about failures in a wave, and these are very important to understand. Now, of course, for a bull market, and then we also have to consider it for a bear market. And this took me a long time to understand, guys. So don't ever give up and stop learning. And this specific spot right here in a bear market, it took me a really long time to comprehend the difference in Elliott wave. So when we think about Elliott wave, make sure that we think about it from both perspectives, okay, of a bull and bear and what is going on. Now, how do we gauge, okay, how do we gauge a failed impulse wave? Well, we get an ABC first of all, okay, we get an ABC like that. And then it attempts to break out into an impulse wave, right? Let's get this on a minor scale. It attempts to break out into a wave. And usually what we do, just to be very clear, I'll delete this for now actually, we don't need it, is that we use wave 1 and 4 as the main support points. So wave 1 used to be a resistance, and now wave 4 is actually a support. Therefore, there's a very likely chance that this is actually going to bounce right in this region right here. Very strong chance. Now that it has made the ABC, it attempts to break out, okay guys? It attempts to break out, and sometimes, it fails, right? And then if it fails, for example, right, we can get, I'll actually hyperbolically extend this as well, just to give it a little bit more of a clear direction of what's going on. Let's say it did some sort of retracement like that, okay? It did a retracement like that. When it finishes ABC, it attempts to break out, but it could very well fail. And now if it does fail, then we consider that a wave failure, right? A wave failure, and now this ends up becoming a WXY corrective pattern. W, where C ends here, that's the first zigzag. X to denote failure, and then C again. And all these ABCs fit into the exact same criteria of the zigzags I was referring to earlier, whether it could be a 3-3-5 or 5-3-5. Now, a very important rule that Elliot states is this. Elliot wave states that wave 2 cannot retrace by more than 100% of wave 1. Okay, and it also states that wave 4 cannot retrace by more than, by more than 100% of wave 3. So, if we look at this very carefully, let's think about it, okay? I want to make sure this is actually nice. It bothers me it's on the same line. So let's think about this, what Elliot wave says. Elliot says that wave 2 cannot retrace by more than 100% of wave 1, and that wave 4 cannot retrace by more than 100% of wave 3. So what this means is this right here, right? So we look at this bottom point right here, and we say to ourselves, could we just get an ABC and then a corrective pattern, right? A corrective pattern where maybe, who knows, maybe this will make an extended one like that, an extended one like A, B, and C, and it didn't actually fall below it, right? And then maybe it makes the W, X, and the Y right over here, right? And sure, it retraced a lot, but that can happen. And then the impulse actually starts. And then if that happens, then this would all be wave 1, this would be wave 2, and that would be wave 3 going up, okay? But there's always the worst case scenario, right? Where the impulse actually does entirely fail. And let's say C falls below the point of origin of wave 1, which now breaks the rule that wave 2 cannot retrace by more than 100% of wave 1. So now it has officially broken it, right? It doesn't mean that this cannot be an impulse wave up, but what it does mean is that this is not considered wave 1 anymore, and this is not considered wave 2. Now that all of this has happened and the wave failure has officially occurred, guys, this whole structure right here, okay, this whole structure is no longer acceptable, and we do not call this Elliot waves 1 and 2. In fact, this whole structure, if it does break out, is now going to be called wave 1. So these are super important things to distinguish, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over, I hope that this is not too much for you guys, but like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that this is going to be an incredibly in-depth technical analysis, because we do have to consider the bull scenario as well, okay? So now what we notice is this attempts to break out, right? No doubt about it? No doubt about it. It attempts to break out there, and it simply could not break out. So then we call that an X point, okay? We'll just call this an X right there for now. Boom! This X denotes failure. We don't like that. Now, because it failed, we don't know that it failed yet. Okay, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that right now. We don't know if it has officially failed yet, right? So what we do is we use this point right here at the bottom, okay? So we say that wave 2 could retrace all the way to the territory of wave 1, but no more than it. And that's a very strict rule to uphold all the time, okay? Right there. That's a really strict rule to uphold. Now, if it retraces by more than that, then we say to ourselves, darn, this is actually going to be an extended corrective wave. We don't like that at all, guys. We really don't like it. So now we're going to go back to the drawing board and see what we see. Well, I see this as a wave 1, 2, 3, or 4, one or the other, right? But now I do see this as possibly A, this is B, right? And now this is C. And do you guys remember the characteristics for A, B, and C? Okay, A, B, C could come in A, B, C like this, A, B, C like this, and then we get 5 waves coming down. We always want to count 5 waves. And I would also like to go into detail the ABC in here, okay? The ABC corrective wave for this point right here, the B. The B is a very hard one, okay? Inside of B, from A to B right there, we also get another three-wave structure. And this one always comes like this, guys. It always comes like that no matter what, okay? In terms of, sorry, I shouldn't say that. These ones here can come from A to B, can come in a zigzag or a triangle as well, right? But if it was a zigzag, I was going to say that they're always going to come in the counterintuitive way of how that worked. So now this would be in a short-term bear market, right? So this could be a 535 as well. And the C also holds the exact same characteristics of the C coming down, which is also a 5-wave combo coming down, not combo, sorry, a 5-wave zigzag coming down. So don't ever forget that. No matter where you guys hear it from, I encourage you to read a lot of books and you'll read the same thing, that this one here always comes in 5 waves. And that's how I've been able to predict incredibly well with high accuracy on my Twitter there every time we got to a bottom. So here we go. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one here can also make, remember, this could make a 535 or it could make an ABC. This one could make an ABC as well, okay? So if this B could make an ABC, we want to look at just this particular wave and other characteristics that it can be as well. So let's just talk about just the B wave right here, okay? I'll actually extend this a little bit as well and make it a little bit bigger just so we can see it. Now, I'm sure that you guys have all seen this before, and it's probably some of your favorite patterns to play, right? Let's say we're going against the trend right here, right? A lot of the times you will see something like this perhaps. So you'll see something like that, right? Can you guys say out loud to yourselves what pattern this is? What pattern is that, guys? Here, let me draw it out for you if you don't recognize it. It's an ascending triangle, right? So that can be in A, B, C, D, E type of patterns as well, okay? And now if we come on the downtrend side, right, B, like that, of course we can get it into a symmetric triangle as well, right? A symmetric triangle is something like that, right? This is a symmetric triangle coming down like that. And then we also can get something like this, which is my favorite pattern to play on the downside. 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And this is all of B. And now this is a descending triangle and the best triangle pattern to play for the B location. So now that we've cleared up so much of the theory, right, I wanted to show you guys that Elliott wave analysis is freaking awesome. It's honestly the best way to analyze, in my opinion. In my opinion, okay, I respect all types of analysis, guys, and I will never put anyone down. You guys know who I really like? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys who I really like and who I learned a lot from inside bars and candles with lower highs and lower lows and evaluating it from price action. The chart guys. Big shout out to the chart guys, honestly. The chart guys, he is so freaking good at gauging price action and playing and charting by trend line, resistances and supports and figuring out higher lows and lower highs, etc. Oh man, that guy is so good when it comes to evaluating that way, right? So I'm just giving you guys an idea of how people can also be very successful by evaluating it from different ways. And you know, on a side note, people have said to me, oh, this guy's risking so much money to make so little money. I don't think those people really understand risk to reward. It doesn't matter how much you play, right? You're risking a finite amount of percentage, right? So if I'm playing $8,000 positions, as you guys see, and I'm making like, you know, $100, $200 for each one, whatever, it's not like I'm risking $8,000. I'm not risking 100%. My risk to reward ratio stays the exact same, okay? It's all about the risk to reward ratio. So I'm getting all of these people who are hating me online, and I don't think they're really hating me, guys. Do you guys know what I really think it is? I think you guys know what it is. It's because an old dog sometimes can't learn new tricks and they're very set in their ways. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I'm talking about the general population who's not too happy with me scalping, right? They think it's very risky, but then maybe they don't understand that I'm like an Asian ninja, guys. I like charting and playing the stock market like a video game, right? I don't see it as work. I don't see it as just managing money like that. I see it as a video game And once you start to see it as a video game, things really change. It's, you know, like I focus a lot of microing. I want to make sure that I can micro very well in terms of putting up limit orders very fast, taking advantage of my 0% fee, especially as well, right? So yeah, so you know what we have to sit. What I'm getting to is we have to acknowledge different types of chartists or analysts. I'm using them interchangeably, and there's many different methods to be successful. There's not only one way. But I think that the people who put down other people's strategy, or in general, they think that theirs is superior to another, or they think their analysis method is superior than another method, right? And they're putting everyone down because they're very naive or ego-driven as well. Those kind of people I don't really like to get along with, right? Because I'm very respectful towards people who have differences in opinion, right? And the people that put down everyone else's opinion all the time, where they think that theirs is pretty much, you know, the Bible, it's the Bible and the one and the only way. Yeah, those people may not necessarily grow to be a better trader than where they are right now, and you become complacent. And we have to focus on our strengths. My strength, guys, as you know, is taking advantage of short-term volatility. As much as I would love to swing trade, guys, which I've tried, as much as I would love to invest and hold, which I've tried, I simply do not have the personality to do that. As you guys know, I'm outrageous. I'm very quick, put it that way, in terms of always on the fly, right? Quick in terms of like witty, like whatever the word is, right? I don't know. That sounds really bad to describe myself. I'm looking for the word. What is it? I can't sit still, right? I always need to be on the go, and I need to do something. So investing doesn't work with me, guys. I need to play this like a video game. So, and I hope that a lot of people are starting to respect that a lot more, because if they don't, guys, all that's going to happen in a few months from now is everybody's going to be wondering how I'm doing it. And that's my cockiness talking, okay? Everybody's just going to be wondering, how is this guy doing it? And I'm going to show you guys over time that, you know, the Elliot wave and scalping and playing short-term volatility as a day trader is just as respectable as trading any other way, or investing rather. I apologize if a little bit of my cockiness came out there. I guess it's more so just me being upset when I think of all the people that are putting me down, right? And it's a lot of people putting me down, as you guys know, in the crypto community. But you know what? I don't care, guys. I don't care at all, because I care about you guys. And that's why I'm spending hours of my time doing this TA as well through video, right? I want to make sure you guys are successful as well. So we have our A wave in here, okay? We got our A, like that. And within A, I see this as a 335. That's the way I'm seeing it right now. I don't have any other way to really see it. I mean, I could call this maybe a 535 if I measured. Let's see if this will fit the description of it. Wave 3 has to be the longest. Let's see if I cloned it, right? Nah, nope. Wave 3 is not the longest right here, okay? That doesn't fit my criteria at all. Now, what if I did something really ridiculous, like, I'm just trying to see if I can actually even draw it any other way. I mean, what if I drew it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I can draw it with a really, really bad 1 down here, perhaps. 1, 2, and then this is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This is all 3, and this is 4, and basically this is 5 right there, just like that. So that's a possible way to draw it as well. Either way, inside of this A, there's 3 or 5, and I count them very nicely. So now the B corrective pattern that we're looking for is an ABC. I apologize again, guys, if a side of me came out that you might not have liked when I was just being a little cocky there. Honestly, it has really upset me over the past few days, right? And I'm sure you guys, I haven't done anything to attack anyone. I haven't said anything negatively to anyone at all. You know, I don't deserve what's happening to me, just put it that way at all, right? So I'm on a mission right now to prove to people and to the community that, yeah, they can hate all they want, because I'm gonna fight fire with love, and I'm gonna stay as positive as I possibly can be, and I'm not gonna put anyone down. I'm not gonna get into the massive debate of them, you know, knocking off my strategy. I'm not going to defend my strategy as well, because the only thing that you can do against this type of hatred towards me is just to lead by example and stay positive and make sure that you don't succumb to their level, right? The best way to overcome a bad situation is by keeping your head much higher, right? You don't fight fire with fire, and I've learned that at a very young age. So guys, now the wave C coming down here is like this. We get waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And boom, that finishes our exact wave structure for A, okay? And now for B, it's super easy as well. There, ABC. So now we have our A and then we have our B, and the scenario that we have here is simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? And boom, we are now done, okay? We're now done, and what we can call this is the finish of a WXY combo, like that. Cool? So I'm going to delete some of this out here so we don't need all the lines. Alrighty, so I'm back now. I've actually annotated it very nicely and made a chart. And I'm actually going to end the technical analysis here. And the reason why I'm going to end the technical analysis here is because I need to figure out this part right here. That is a very difficult spot to figure out in here, okay? Right there. And I'm going to be spending hours working away on this. I just wanted to give you guys, I wanted to entertain the idea of a bullish possible count that must be considered. Therefore, this is not a prediction. This is not swaying one particular way. Please understand that I'm not swaying bullish or bearish. I'm now, you know, in this particular moment in time, I will say that I'm neutral, despite me thinking that it's going to correct further to a bearish scenario. That's what in my heart, I truly believe that we will still get to 4,800 or 5,200 ranges, okay? I still firmly believe that, but I cannot discount, as what Sam would say, trading devil, as a technician, as an engineer. I must evaluate all possible paths, and this is very likely a possible path, or not likely, but it is certainly a possible path that cannot be ignored. Let's say we remained entirely bullish, okay? And we accepted this as our count only. Well, if it goes against you and it goes against my other count, you guys are not going to be happy with that and you won't be able to know how to plan, right? So let's say I'm bearish right now and this is going to go down, right? Well, because I didn't plan for this scenario, I've got no idea what to do. And I'm still going to hope biasly that it does go down. So I wanted to give you guys a super detailed Elliott wave count from a very different perspective, because I know there are bulls as well, okay? So don't think of this as me on the fence or me being indecisive. If you guys think that, you need to get out of that mentality right now. Get out of that mentality and realize that a good trader is not biased, okay? A good trader will evaluate every single perspective. All right, we evaluate all the perspectives because we need to know possible paths so we can plan ahead. And here I am, guys. I'm not giving you a prediction. I am not a buy and sell signal. I'm doing this just out of the goodness of my heart and wanting to give the community my thoughts. Okay. Now, I'm not biased in any way right now, we'll say, okay? Like I've said before, I'm neutral at this specific point. Deep down, right? Deep down, I'm bear. But this is a possible scenario that can cover a WXY analysis, okay? So I just want to share my quick thoughts with this. I will release another video tonight to see what is going on in this particular area. You guys can also go to my Steemit there where you can upvote it. If you think that this is a scenario where the WXY holds and we are done the scenario, leave me your thoughts. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to comment below. Comment below on YouTube or Steemit or Twitter if you guys are bull or bear. Do you think that this count will hold? Because if it does, it's going to be beautiful, guys. Okay, I apologize if I got a little bit worked up in this video. It's a combination of enthusiasm. It's a combination of a little bit of impatience as well, because, you know, there's been a little bit of hatred towards me in the community. And it's also a combination of people wanting answers, which I will not deliver, guys. Go get a buy and sell signal, honestly. Like, I'm not going to give you guys the answer that you want. You guys are going to ask me, is it going up? Is it going down? The answer is, I don't know. Okay, the answer is I don't know, but another better answer is I don't care if it goes up or down, because my job is to predict and react, right? I want to react as it happens, but as long as I know all the possible scenarios. Now, that's all I wanted to do, guys. All I wanted to do in this video for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Please upvote it on Steemit. I'd really appreciate that. So take care now. Bye.